So, I was rewatching the Fullbring arc in Bleach, and something got me thinking. What would happen if Kenpachi faced Tsukishima instead of Byakuya? Would Tsukishima be able to hold his own as well against Kenpachi as he did Byakuya, or would he fall to the absolute dog that is Kenpachi Zaraki? Now, obviously in a bloodlusted battle where neither of these guys are holding back, Tsukishima ain't getting any far. I mean, let's be real here, it's fucking Kenpachi Zaraki. We saw when he fought in the Fullbring arc, he straight up cut bro in half like it was nothing because he was just bored as shit. If he treated Tsukishima like this, he's absolutely dogging this man. And let's be real here, Tsukishima ain't winning the war of attrition against this guy, and in a straight up sword fight, he's not doing anything against Kenpachi. He's gonna get the fucking Ichigo treatment when him and Kenpachi fought in the Soul Society arc. He ain't gonna be cutting Kenpachi in a straight up sword fight. But where the fight really gets interesting is if he manages to cut him with the Book of the End. Now Tsukishima's main ability, obviously if you don't know, is the Book of the End, in which he can cut you, but he's not really wounding you. He's merely inserting himself into your past. And it's not like an illusion or anything like that. He's literally inserting himself into your past, bending reality to make it work. He can replace whoever was in your life with himself. He was able to do this against Byakuya by replacing Byakuya's tutor with himself. By doing this, he was able to learn all of Byakuya's Kido techniques and abilities, in the process making him stronger. Now of course, Kenpachi's pretty much gonna fight fucking anybody, so how's that gonna help him? Well, it could help him in this scenario. What if he replaces Unohana? As we know, Kenpachi when he first fought Unohana was stronger than her as stated by herself. But it was because of this that Kenpachi began to lower his strength to be on her level, which is why when they fought in the 1,000-Year Blood War, a fight that was absolute gas, might I add, she killed him over 1,000 times so he could unleash his true power. Now of course at this point Kenpachi is still not as strong as what he was in the 1,000-Year Blood War because that hadn't happened yet. Not to mention he'd still be wearing his eye patch, so he'd be limiting even more of his power. If Tsukishima was able to replace Unohana, this would actually be very dangerous, not just for Kenpachi but for everybody, because not only would he adapt to this level of strength, as that's what the Book of the End does, it literally bends reality so that he can fit in that timeline. He could potentially, inherit her powers and abilities and be stronger than Kenpachi in this instance. This would allow him to grow to those extreme levels of strength, which would allow him to hold his own even more against Kenpachi, especially now that he would be able to see and have all those experiences potentially that Unohana would have had as well. And we already know how much of a fucking beast Unohana is, so imagine Tsukishima with the Book of the End in this level of strength. It's gonna be possibly up for Kenpachi and probably for everybody else too at this point. Although of course, Kenpachi is known for adapting throughout battle. Of course, in his fight with Unohana, he had to be killed 1,000 times for this to happen, but we even see in the 1,000-Year Blood War when he fights against Royd Lloyd, I believe that was his name, I know there's twins there, but he was able to transform into Kenpachi, and Kenpachi did struggle against him a little bit. But as he said to Yuha, or fake Yuha, he just had to be stronger than his previous self. It's possible that Kenpachi could do this in a fight against Tsukishima, but if he does manage to cut Kenpachi and insert himself into his past, taking the place of Unohana in this scenario, it is possible that the gap would just be too big. Now maybe I'm stretching or hyping up Tsukishima too much and putting him way over Kenpachi, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to go based off what we see in the show and the abilities Tsukishima seemingly has. Really, this fight could go either way. I think if Tsukishima does manage to cut Kenpachi and do something like that in that scenario, he could get the dub, and it would be spell the end for Kenpachi and everybody else, as he would be way too OP. But of course, in a just straight up battle, if Tsukishima doesn't cut Kenpachi, I don't think he'd have the strength to be able to take on Kenpachi Zaraki, and Zaraki would more than likely just finish him off quickly before he can get off the Book of the End. However, that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Anyways, that's a quick video for you guys today. Before you go, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell. Also like this video and share it with your friends. And let me know, do you want to see more what if battles like this from me? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, I thank y'all for watching this video today. More videos coming soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.